I'm sitting watching blood while it dries on my sleeve, thinking why does everyone I love die or just leave? And if I mean a thing, then why would you leave? My mind only sees the suicide side of things. At this point we can't relate if you ain't lost everything.
So what's up guys, welcome back to West Wild World. My girlfriend thought this would be a good shot, so this is how we're starting this video. But yeah, a Boreal puff adder, gotta love it. I have to clean a few things today and I also have to feed. So yeah, I hope you guys do enjoy the video and I just will hop right into it. I don't know what I'm gonna start with. Maybe I'll start with the puff adders. Actually I'll do them last because I want to take them out and I want to feed the female, the smaller female, not her, she actually took last time we fed. The smaller female, so they don't fight over food and stuff like that. It's only a real problem with cohabbing. But yeah, I think I'm gonna take out the Cape Cobras first. They need a little bit of water, new water, and they need some of their substrate changed. Girlfriend's gonna need to move it out of the way because these guys do like to be a bit of assholes sometimes. These are actually, well, gonna need to take them out, need to change a little bit of their substrate, spot clean. But they're in quite an awkward position. So let's get them out as smoothly as possible. You check how beautiful this Cape Cobra is. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so my girlfriend got a bit worried, thought that the other Cape Cobra bit this Cape Cobra, but it's just a bit of bark from the substrate. You can check how beautiful the speckled Cape Cobra is, just popped out of shed. But yeah, I don't want it to get too close to my hand. It's also a flippin' huge one, about 1.6 meters. Cape Cobras are actually not that big, like the Naya species. They only reach about 1.6 to 1.7 on average in the wild. Obviously, in captivity they can. This one stuck itself underneath everything. But obviously in captivity they can get a lot bigger than they can in the wild. Because obviously there's a lot more of a readily available food source. And this is going to be a bastard to get this thing out. They're much more readily available food source and they can live for a lot longer because they don't have any natural predators, obviously in captivity. But when I get this guy out, you guys will be able to see the color difference of these guys, which is also insane. Okay, so it took a bit longer than expected, but you can see the color difference between this guy and the other guy. This guy is more of a copper sort of red sort of color. Absolutely beautiful instead of that black and, well, dark color and golden speckles. Let's see, don't think it will hood up for us, but absolutely gorgeous. You can see the color variation of these guys. Along with the monocled cobras, they are one of the most varied cobras out there in color. A few 100 kilometers up north, they literally are gold. Down here they are usually this color or the speckled color or even a black sort of jet black color. It's a little half-assed hood, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful animals. That one is actually a wild caught one. I caught him a few days ago. If you guys can hear with the rain in the back, it's been very, very shitty weather and it's storms expected for the next 3 or so days. So I do not want to release him in his new surroundings because I like to release them on good weather so they can get a sense of their surroundings and find a place to hide in weather like this. It's quite calm right now, but it's gale force winds and thunder and lightning, so I don't feel comfortable releasing that one just yet. But yeah, beautiful animals. Gonna clean up, get them some water, and I'll check you guys soon. Okay, so I cleaned up the enclosure, but yeah, you can see the proper difference. Well, I mean, way better difference. You can see those, like, I don't even know how to explain this wild caught Cape Cobra's colors. It's like an orangey yellow sort of tan brown. It's like a weird sort of colors. My girlfriend paused it because she knew that she sounded like an absolute cunt. My girlfriend keeps on stopping the video. Don't know why, but she says this is copper. But there you guys can see the hood of this snake. But yeah, just gonna get it straight back into the enclosure. Hopefully without any hassles. Bada bing, bada boom. Have fun for the next 3 days before I release you. Beautiful, healthy Cape Cobra though. And that black tip of the tail is very characteristic of a Capey. It's a very good way of telling a Cape Cobra and a mole snake apart. Well, okay, bring it back up to me. Bring it back up to me. No, bring this back up to me. Because my girlfriend looked at me like that was... My girlfriend is messing around and she's acting like that wasn't solid advice. The tail is a different color to that of the normal snake, except if it's jet black. So I'll show you again with this golden Cape Cobra. Well, speckled golden. And there you can see when I get him back, but check how beautiful this guy is. Beautiful big Capey. Now, when he goes in, you can see that dark tip of the tail there. It's distinctly different from the rest of the body. So yeah, it's quite a good way because they often get confused with mole snakes. Obviously you don't go fucking picking up a mole snake or a Cape Cobra and looking at its fucking behind. But just if you see it going, it's a quite good identifying feature. But yeah, after my girlfriend looked at me like I am absolutely retarded, they're cuties. But gonna move on from one Cape Cobra to the next. My captive bred little absolute asshole of a Cape Cobra. You know, I don't have words for my girlfriend sometimes. But yeah, so this is my captive bred Cape Cobra. Let's open it this way because he's pushed off all the things. My girlfriend's focused on Lord knows what. But yeah, so let's get a little bit of his greenery. He's going to need an upgrade to his enclosure quite soon. My girlfriend just rubbed poo on me, so that's fabulous. Okay, but there you guys can also see the great variation in colors for Cape Cobras. Look how beautiful that guy is. He's not even speckled, he just has like a cream sort of color, dark band on his hood, and he's super defensive. But you'll see him better now when I get him out. Girlfriend's gonna have to move a little bit back just so she doesn't take a bite, because this guy loves to fly back out of his enclosure. Just gonna be gentle with him, make sure that he's not afraid. But there you guys can see, maybe not so well, but you can see how awesome this guy's colors are. But he is one of the very few snakes in my enclosure, in my collection, that doesn't mind taking a bite out of anything. So I mean, he is one pissed off motherfucker. He will bite me and envenomate me, hold on, chew. But you can see his beautiful hood there. But you can see also how fast he is. He doesn't play too nicely, and especially with the weather, I've noticed that my snakes, especially with rubbish weather, they are far more defensive than during like normal, just warm weather. But he's grown a lot. When I first got him, he was only about, I would say about 30 centimeters. He's going on about a meter now, so beautiful animal. But just gonna get him straight into the bin and clean out his enclosure. Okay, so hello, here's this Capey. He's an absolute asshole, but I love him. But you can also see the complete and utter, well, color variation of these guys. He has a speckled dark head and then like a cream sort of red body going down him. But again, when I take him out, I will show you that they have a dark tail, no matter what. Just be careful of your hands there. You don't want to let me get your tail. But if I do, I can show you guys. Okay, go back down there.
Let me get your body. Hello. You don't want to let me get your tail. Okay. I just want to show you guys it. Probably gonna flip around at me. But if I'm slow and gentle, it should be all good. Hello. But yeah, let me get him his enclosure, and then you'll be able to see his tail when he zoots off in there. There you can see the dark tip of the tail going back in there. Beautiful animal. Psychotic one, as you can see, but awesome animal. Good night. I don't know what else I have to do. I think I have to... Oh yeah, my sharp nose shed. I think there is some poo in one of the puff adders. Also need to take out the Mozambique spinning cobra and my snout cobras. But yeah, I'll see you guys there. Okay, so got the glasses, the funky glasses on, because I'm going to be taking out this Mozambique spitting cobra because it's decorated its entire enclosure with poo-poo. It also has just eaten recently, so I do need to be very careful with it. Hello. Also haven't taken him out in a very, very long time. I tried to let him sort of acclimatize to his new enclosure, but you can check how healthy and big this guy is getting. He was a little bit skinny, but now he's just an absolute beast. I haven't seen him out in a very long time. He's about a 1.5 meter Mozambique spinning cobra, which is huge for the species. Very, very calm as well most of the time. Hardly ever spits. Watch him spit at me. But yeah, he's a gorgeous, gorgeous animal. Just gonna get him straight into here. Unlike his baby partner, the absolutely insane juvenile Mozambique spinning cobra that just flops over his entire body. Absolute dickhead. So I'm gonna clean up, get him some new water, and I'll see you guys then. But yeah, let's get this Mozambique spinning cobra out. Put your glasses on, dear darling. Thank you. Look how beautiful that is. Hey, probably will spray at my girlfriend, which would be very funny. But let's get him out. I always say this. Most times I take him or his, well, I don't think you guys have seen his brother or sister having sexed it. But these guys are notoriously known for crawling into people's beds at night and actually biting them. Herpetologists don't actually know the reason for this as of yet, because there isn't actually very many reasons for it. There's a lot of theories and speculation around it, but most of the time it is just that, just theories. Some of the theories are that they're just trying to find like a warm place to actually... Just have to be careful, because again, during storms most snakes are very, very touchy and very, very springy, but scared, I would say. But yeah, so there's theories like they just crawl into the bed for warmth at night, you roll over, bite you. But there's been a few cases. Most famous case was with I think a 5 or 6 year old girl. She got bit on the face. Luckily she survived, but obviously with some hectic scarring to her face, because these guys are mainly cytotoxic, unlike other cobras, because it is a spitting cobra. And if it was mainly neurotoxic, the venom wouldn't really burn when it got into your eyes. But yeah, hopefully he enjoys his new enclosure. Yeah. Just wanted to say that these guys aren't monsters, even though some media portrays them as that. There's a reason for everything these guys do, a reason for everything most animals do. We just don't know it yet. But yeah, gonna move on to my Chinese sharp-nosed vipers, and then my puff adders, and that will be the end of the video. Okay, so while looking through my makeshift rack, I saw that the European nose-horned viper or adder, don't know what my girlfriend is doing, did take a poop and he needs some new water, but he is always food motivated. You can check there. just tags anything that comes close to him. Just boom! You can see how quick those tags are. But I actually have to take him out, so I do not want to piss him off too much. I'm actually going to change the hooks around, because this is one of Europe's most deadly vipers. So don't necessarily want to piss him off too much. I'm just gonna, there we go, gorgeous little guy, but has some attitude on him or her. But yeah, just gonna clean up. Cleaned his enclosure, got him some new water. Hopefully he does all well. Hey, little sassy pants. But this is Vipera Amidotes or Amidites. I don't know pronunciations of Latin name, don't sue me. But yeah, so what's cool about these guys is actually that their venom toxicity actually depends on the locality of these guys. So ones that are actually captive bred, it's very difficult to tell how bad a bite could actually be, because it could be a lot of what they call line breeding or inbreeding or crossbreeding of localities. So you don't really know if this is actually purebred or not. So you don't know actually what you're getting if you do take a tag from these guys. Unlike most vipers, these guys are mainly neurotoxic. Let's see, can come back very quickly. Just want to be careful. But yeah, unlike most vipers, these guys are actually mainly neurotoxic. So yeah, that's why they cause a few deaths here and there. They're beautiful, beautiful animals. You can get to my hand. So I just want to put him back in your hide. Go, shoot, look, it's your hide. Okay, now you're getting irritated again. So I'm going to be cleaning out these Chinese shoppers. Vipers, just be careful with your fingers because they seemed very interested in biting. But yeah, you can see that one had a full shed over there. I think this is, and they also pooped in their water. I think this is the mommy. Well, not the mommy, but the bigger female. You can see how much bigger she is than that of the male in there. So yeah, I have a pair of Chinese sharp-nosed cobras. Yeah, sure. I have a pair of Chinese sharp-nosed vipers, and these guys are absolutely beautiful. This one is very, very calm. The other one is super, super touchy. And you can see the difference even with the head size with these guys. But I think this one is the one that just popped out of shed. So yeah, you can see the absolute size difference of these guys. They're on the same feeding schedule with me, but obviously females get bigger to compensate for having to lay eggs in most snake species. But I do not want him up at my hand. That would be kind of a bad time. But there you can see the size difference, the thickness difference, and the head difference mainly. Their guy's nickname is the 100 pacer because the myth behind it is that if you get bitten, you only have 100 paces left to live. But yeah, you guys can check how cool their sheds are if the head is intact with the little nose over there. It's still a bit wet, but when it gets dry you can actually see that the nose sticks up a bit. But cool, growing, shedding well, doing everything they're supposed to. Super happy. Cool. Okay, so here you can properly see the size difference. These guys are on the same feeding schedule, same everything, same rat sizes. But I think I'm going to have to put the female on a different rat size compared to the male because of how much bigger she is. She's just growing so fast, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous! And yeah, this guy, he's touchy, but he also has never struck at his food. He struck at his food once with me. He always eats when left in there, but he almost never strikes at food because I freed, don't know why I can't speak today, but I feed frozen thawed, obviously warmed up, so it has a heat signature because these are pit vipers. You can see those big, well, holes in his face aren't actually nostrils. I don't want to try and get the tail of this girl because she's in a bit of an awkward position. Let's see here. Yeah. You guys would be able to see those huge holes in the front of the nostrils there. Those are actually heat pits, not nostrils. They sense heat so they can hunt in the dark, basically. So I'm just basically one big heat signature to her. Obviously, they don't see me as a threat necessarily most of the time, and now this could be a bit of an issue. We're going to need another hook. Wait. I'm watching out for that one. But yeah, Chinese sharp-nosed vipers are actually renowned at being quite a bit of an asshole, difficult to work with, difficult to handle. But the two that I have, and you're just gonna keep on climbing on the hooks. Well, what are you doing? This is a bit of an issue, brother. Thank you. I just have to be very careful about the other one in that enclosure. Also can't really divert my attention away from this guy because they can go from 0 to 100 very, very quickly. But yeah, if handled with care, you can even do like so with them. But yeah, please don't ever attempt this. These guys are very, very calm. Beautiful animals. Growing super fast, going to need an upgrade to the enclosures pretty soon. You can see that little thorn at the tip of their tail there. They actually use that when they're pissed off. They will make sort of a rattling sort of sound and like leaf litter and stuff like that to ward off predators. That's why they have that little thorn at the tip of their tail. But you can see how absolutely calm these guys are. I actually really, really love them. I was contemplating getting them when I saw them up for sale. Because, I don't know, I just never really wanted them before, but with how beautiful and calm these guys actually are, I'm actually super stoked that I got them. Also, good learning curve if they get pissed off. Before I get the Bothrops asper, one of the most prolific snakes there probably ever has been. Along with the Bushmaster, the Chesus muta, which literally translates to silent death. So you know that it's not going to be a fun snake. But yeah, awesome animals. Gonna just get out my snout cobras at the bottom. They pooped and they mess their water all the time. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this video, and then I'm going to feed. But yeah, cool. Okay, so this is going to be the last snack for today's video. For the last two snakes, it's going to be my banded snouted cobras. Let's see if... Hey, don't bite. You absolute bastard. One's a zombie snake at the moment. I just don't want that to fall. There's one just struck at me like a complete and utter bastard. But they always knock over their water bowl, just like I knocked over the water bowl onto this oak. They always knock over their water bowl and cause problems. So they forever don't actually have water. But check how thick these cobras are getting. I think this one's also going into shed now. Very, very dull, very, very... Well, they're awesome cobras. I mean, check out the size of that head. They have grown so much since I've got them. Absolutely lovely snakes. So, I'm just going to get them into here. Africa's second largest cobra, but we'll speak more about that when I clean up the enclosure and I'll get back to you. Yeah, as you guys can see that these guys are very dull at the moment because they are both going into shed. One is already in the blue phase and one is just going into the blue phase. The blue phase is basically just when the eyes get that milky secretion over them, as you can see with the one on the left, and the one on the right is just very, very dull. And you can see his eyes, they aren't blue yet. So yeah, during the blue phase, they are actually technically blind. They can still see movement and stuff like that. But, well, shapes, basically. So yeah, sometimes it is a bit difficult to handle snakes that are in shed because they are a bit more defensive. Because obviously they can't see that well. But they've got so big. I mean, I got these guys when they were less than a meter, and these guys are going on like 1.2, 1.3 meters now, and they are super, super calm. Beautiful animals. It would still take a bite out of me if they really wanted to, if I annoyed them enough. but most of the time they just want to be left alone. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy. And if you did, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.